guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make a raw plug lure. Relatively cheap to make and very effective. So the first thing that you're going to need is your lure wire. Now I got all of my supplies from eBay. I'm going to put a list of everything in the comments as well. This is your lure wire here. First tools that you're going to need is long nose pliers. Preferably ones with rounded edges. Now the first thing you want to do is get it here, it's about 1 inch long. Bend it back on itself. So you've got a nice loop, a little bit like this. Next thing that you're going to need is your treble. You just want to drop it down here. You can either do it at the end or at the very beginning. I do it at the very beginning because I like to get a nice tight loop on it. If you do it at the end, you have to fiddle around with little closed loops and they're a pain in the bum. So you need your next set of long nose pliers. What you want to do is wrap it around at least twice. Now if you can, get a third wrap on it. You want to pull it down the way so that you're getting as tight a loop as possible. So there you go, that's 2. I'm going to go for my third now. There you go. If you look at that, it's nice. I'm going to leave it at this. So as you can see, perfect D-shaped loop in it. Got a little bit of excess wire, so again you just want to get your long nose pliers, give it a little snip, cover your eyes. There you go. That's perfect. That will sit nicely at the back of the lure. If you've got any high edges here, what I do is I get the pliers, I give it a little snip here, squishes it down lovely. Next thing that you're going to need is a little bead. So you want to slide the rod up inside the bead. Bit tricky, but there you go, lovely. Now the next job here that you need is you need your raw plug and 1 more bead. What you want to do is line up the holes parallel with it so they're front to back. Now it is quite a tight fit to get these in. If you can, just fiddle around with it a little bit, give it a wee turn here and there, and you'll get it in. So my wife says, and she always tells me, she says, fiddle around and you'll get it in. Now this is probably the most challenging part of it all. So what I'd suggest you do is, rather than fiddling with it like that, line it up first of all, and just give it a pop in, boom, just like that. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that sits quite cutely. Next job is it slides up inside the raw plug here, and what you're wanting to do is slide it right up through the hole, boom, down like that. Third thing that you need to do is get another bead. Again, you're just going to thread it with the rod, just like this, nice and easy. Now, what I'm going to do is give it a wee tug so everything goes nice and tight. So pliers like this, give it just a little wee tug here, and bend the wire back, and you're again 3 wraps. So there's 1, you want to just do it nice and tightly, because this is the most important part. Any weak parts in this, that's where your lure is going to come to bits. So there we go, that's my 3 loops on it here for you. Now the next job is just to give it a little snip. Now I want to keep my D-ring shape here in this perfectly, so I'm just going to put it back onto the pliers to give it a snip. Pull the wire out a little bit, and that way I'm going to get a nice clean snip here. I'm going to get that down as far as possible. Again, watch your eyes. Really snip. Here you have it, lovely looking lure. Again, I've got a little bit of excess wire just because of the kind of pliers that I'm using. So again, just to keep the shape on it here, back onto the pliers, get the other pliers, I'm going to try and go for another wrap right around here. Okay, so it's almost there. So now what I can do is remove the pliers, and I can give it a little squish. Now if you can go to your local hardware store, you'll be able to get a set of nail snips relatively cheap, and they're ideal for this, because what you can do is just snip it right in close. But if you don't want to waste the money on the tools, just a little bit more hard work, a little bit bending, and your job's done. So I personally just persevere with it until I get that bent in nice. And snip, snip, wee bend. There you have it, a lovely little lure there. Now I'm going to put a list of everything in the description that you need, but as you can see, it's a lovely lure. Now what I do just to finish off this extra little bit is I've got these wire traces, swivel on one end, quick clip on the other. So you pop it on there, job's a good one, ready to go. You go out in the boat, or if you're going to go out fishing, chuck this in your tackle box and it's ready to go. All you do is another quick release clip on the loop, and that's you, sorted. Now I do sell them for £1 in my shop as well, so if you're looking for any, feel free to send me a message. Anyway, I'll keep you up to date with the next lot.